Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode dedicated towards Grim Dawn walkthrough series. My name is Iurii, also known as Terlord. I'm continuing my walkthrough with Conjurer, with Vitality, Bleeding, Pets. Now, we are already on Ultimate difficulty, as you can see. I skipped Elite difficulty, gathered all the missing devotion points, gain 1 level. I was thinking about changing items, but unfortunately, due to the lack of time, I didn't had opportunity to proper browse through items, and for the most part we are wearing the same gear. Well, not for the most part. We are wearing the same gear, so when it comes to gear, components, nothing changed. Of course, resistances have dropped significantly due to this being, as I said, kinda wonky gear setup of just faction gear and something that I managed to pick up. Some of resistances are below average, Ether, Pierce, which are going to hit me quite hard. When it comes to pets, they also have, well, somewhere good, somewhere not that good, but I think we should be able to push ourselves towards level 19, 94. Basically, those are the level thresholds that I want, that I need in order to equip really powerful gear pieces, as well as Beast Color set, which is level 94 set for this character, and I think we'll manage. I don't know, I never played on this difficulty as a summoner, but I think we'll manage. I mean, leveling on ultimate difficulty is super fast, so hopefully everything is going to be okay. Regardless, welcome everyone to the stream, welcome everyone. Hope you're going to have a nice time hearing my commentary, viewing my gameplay, and without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the action. Devotions that I've picked up are, I finished this one, Wolf, I gained this one, Huntress, and I gain some points, place some points into Oleron, primarily for this thing. This thing is very powerful, and we are using in this devotion mostly, and as a matter of fact, mostly because of this thing. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And we are back into Act 1, of course. My most beloved Act 1.
I can't do that yet.
Greetings, child.
They are giving a lot of quests here, which we, of course, we are going to pick everything. Because why not? We need as much experience as we can get. As much experience possible. This is why we are going to collect all of those quests, and we are going to go and start doing them. So far so good, like white enemies are dying fast, but those are white enemies. Those aren't elites or anything like that. I think everything is going to be okay. Like, I don't want to over dramatize on the fact that this difficulty is so tough and all. It's tougher for an experienced player. It is tougher. If I'm going to manage to blast my way through and gain myself level 94 with this kind of gear, this is going to be totally different story. As you can see, I'm using Dreek's Evil Eye mostly to activate one of my devotions, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Wolf. I believe it's Wolf that is placed on it. Yep, because on Huntress proc skill we've placed on Curse of Frailty. And Wolf we placed on Dreek Evil Eye. I don't know how things are going to go. This is first time I'm on this difficulty as a summoner. Hopefully everything is going to be like going very smoothly. Oh, I can already clear this place. Without a quest, though. Do I need to go here without a quest? I mean, if they are giving me a chance to, why not? I don't know, here's the point. I've heard many stories of people saying that, oh my god, on this difficulty as a summoner, it's very hard to go through. I don't believe such stories to begin with. Without trying, there is no way to tell. As you can see, right now everything is going smoothly, but we haven't faced elites yet. So we'll see.
That skill's not ready.
Most important here is to once again move around. We've lost a whole bunch of defense stats because of the fact that we transitioned between difficulties. So this is why we absolutely need to play extra carefully.
That skill's not ready.
On this difficulty, I strongly advise to open those chests whenever you can. Reason for that being you can get some really good items, even legendary ones, from those chests. It doesn't take you like much time to just open up those chests anyway. So if you can do it, why not? To get yourself extra legendary or something like that. Most important, so that I would not get hit here. Okay. I have to order them to attack. Oh, not bad. A little bit of kiting, a little bit of moving around. Yet at the same time, it all goes to... It all goes towards good cause.
That skill's not ready.
I don't know, do I even proc this stuff? I don't see any kind of indication that I'm proccing anything with Dreek's Evil Eye. Maybe I do and it just doesn't displays on the... Oh, yeah. It's purple one. Okay. Okay, then. Then I'm actually proccing it. It's all going to be good once I'll get myself those items I was speaking about. Everything is going to be going super good. Like, I should not face any kind of issue. Don't know quite yet, because once again, first time here with this class.
That skill's not ready.
With Purifier, I had zero problems here, like absolutely zero. It's once again, just as I said, over-exaggeration in a nutshell. When people are starting to rip their hair off, saying, "Oh my god, this is such a hard difficulty, oh my god." No. You should maintain those resistances and stuff, but... like, not for any kind of character this difficulty is that hard. At this, like, this dungeon is not that good because of all of this, like, poison ground that's continuously just keep hitting you over and over again. This is why, like, passing here is kind of harder. It seems harder just because of the... of how much damage that poison ground can do to you. But just in general, it ain't that bad. Yes, I'm getting freezed here and there, mostly due to the fact that, well, zero chance to resist stun as well as like freezing effects. This is the main reason why we are struggling a bit. Okay, done with the first floor, onto the second one. Our object here is to die as less as possible, as well as to gain 10 levels. We will gain those 10 levels, I believe, by the... couple of acts in the main campaign. Playing extra carefully, because once again, I'm too squishy, and technically speaking, this isn't the gear setup that you want to go into this difficulty with. But I like to take the risk, just to see the limitations. My pets aren't even receiving any kind of damage, which is amazing. And I'm going to seriously, like, question what people were saying about the fact that on this difficulty, if you do not have a proper gear, your pets are going to die fast. I don't know who and why said that. What I'm seeing is that it's a misconception.
That skill's not ready.
With elites, I'm going to be struggling a bit, mostly because of the fact that my offensive-defensive ability is also bad.
That skill's not ready.
But at the same time, I guess with proper movement, I can kite them down. Okay, this boss is going to be a little bit of pain. No. Okay. Okay. I thought. Okay. Guess I thought wrong. Nice. And we even got a quest item that we'll need for the one of the later quests. Spectacular.
That skill's not ready.
Absolutely brilliant. On this difficulty, I'm once again going to do pretty much all of the quests just to get the item rewards. It's not for the reputation anymore, it's not for the for experience as well, but for the most part for items. Okay, we haven't reached the place where we can do it, right? I mean the one of the hidden path quests. We didn't quite yet reach. I gain a little bit of AoE, by the way, from that devotion. And it's it seems consistent. What I mean is that it procs quite often. And when I will going to get my second Briar Thorn, I will going to have even more, because two of them are going to proc it. Those circle of blades looking like AoE skills. So,
We can't do that yet.
we have one more skill added to our rotation, which I've placed on the left mouse button. I had my base attack on the left mouse button, but since I'm not attacking by myself, I placed this stuff in there. It serves as a devotion devotion skill activation, and it does mostly that. Like, I'm throwing it not for damage, not for any kind of debuff, although this 18% reduce target's physical damage is also quite good. But for the most part, it activates this thing here. It activates this thing. It has 84% chance on attack, and because I'm throwing it in AoE stuff, it works perfectly there. I'm having a ton of poison acid resist, so those enemies shouldn't be a problem. However, physical attacks will be. Don't forget that on ultimate you get hit with all kinds of stuff. not just by some one type. Physical is going to be present in here in vast amounts.
That skill's not ready.
This is another reason why I'm kind of going to be struggling, because my armor rating is very, very small. Currently I'm liking what I'm seeing. And it's just the beginning of what this stuff is going to be. Can I activate it? No, and I do not have access to. Okay, I need my cat. Get in there. Come on, beat him up. Come on, come on. See, elites are kind of beefy, but at the same time, they are not as dangerous. Got myself the first part of the Hidden Path quest line. 3 more to go. One thing that I absolutely have to watch out for is not standing in one place, that's A, and move strategically. Don't corner myself and pay attention to what's happening on the screen. Okay, how do I go? Wait, how do I go back? Oh, this way. I kind of lost my path. Wow, they are going to attack everything but not the target that they want. Unbelievable. See, even if you order them to attack a target, they still doing whatever they want.
Skill's not ready.
Yeah, definitely not bad. For a first initial locations in Act 1, ain't that bad. Okay. Gonna go here. I believe here. No, let's go here first.
Can't do that yet.
We are clearing locations as we did on the normal difficulty, which means like clear everything. Clear everything fashion. Not the most time efficient, but interesting way of exploring. Alright. Now, speaking about those items that I would have wanted to have, but unfortunately not really having them right now. On level 84 I didn't see like stuff that would catch my interest, because stuff that I'm wearing right now is actually even better than the stuff that I saw. The same like thing applies for components as well. That's why I want to get to level 90, because on that level you actually gain like something more valuable. Those ether clusters, ether crystals are going to do massive amounts of damage to me, mostly because of this. This is actually unacceptable on ultimate difficulty. This means you'll be hit by a whole lot. But at the same time, currently I can't do much about it. It is what it is. Have to work with what I have. I will worry about fixing defensive things, offensive things later on. I won't going to come close to those exploding skeletons. I'm not a psychopath or anything like that. When they explode, they do some disgusting amount of damage. So as a squishy target right now, I'm keeping away from them as much as possible. Okay, I'm done with those quests. Let's go and take them back into town, because we need to complete
The dead a creep. I need some time to plan.
I need to complete different quests first
Welcome to my rift. You don't remember it. You'll be
before progressing.
excellent.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, I leveled up. And here I have various like kinds of stuff that I can upgrade. I can go with like more health to make my pets tanky, which is probably the stuff that I'm going to be doing right now. I need to put... Actually 12 out of 12 is good, because after it... And I'm going to check guide as well. After it... no, he doesn't go above 12, which is nice.
I'll give you a good price of what I've got left.
Do we sell stuff, or can we go further? I think we go further.
That skill's not ready.
And we put stat point into here.
The captain saying, sir, did you get the scrap? Perfect. Well, since this...
I'm gonna do this quest here, and then I'm going to progress onwards.
I can't do that.
So far, with the with gear from normal difficulty, everything looks good. I do have to be like extra careful, but at the same time, I don't know, like I don't see why for a summoner this difficulty should be considered like complete disaster if you don't have like proper gear or anything like that, because here I definitely have no proper gear, and at the same time it's like I don't see anything that is so disturbingly difficult. Pets aren't even remotely coming to near that state. Okay, I'm going to go here first. I'm gonna clear everything, but I want to kill those packs of enemies who are fighting each other, so that I would not lose experience. I'm losing like 1k HP from one explosion from those zombies, but
That skill's not ready.
this is why I'm trying to keep away from them. And I advise you to do as well. Well, in case if you are not playing like a melee character or something like that, then it's a bit different. I'm feeling power behind this character, like, definitely. And as a matter of fact, it's quite a strong power as well. See, they're killing just everything. Everything goes poof. God damn. I can't even imagine how, like,
I can't do that.
imagine how easy it's going to be if proper gear is equipped. Because technically I'm wearing the same crap when it comes to green items that I had.
That skill's not ready.
I don't know, maybe if I would have played Necromancer it would have been different. Because Necromancer's pets are squishier, but I don't know. Because this stuff that I'm playing right now is a machine for decimation of those poor fellas. When it comes to difficulty transition, I definitely liked more. Didn't say this on stream, but I was speaking about it.
That skill's not ready.
I like transition between difficulties that Diablo 2 had and original like Diablo 3 before it became super easy of a game. Yeah, it kind of forced you to farm a bit, but at the same time, like, you saw the difference. And it was very, like, very huge. This quest is done, we are almost level 86. Yay, more skill points. More skill points and getting closer to level 90.
Good, you're back.
Experience-wise, quests here and on Elite difficulty are very rewarding. This is why for leveling, as well as for getting some chance to get some good items, I suggest to do them. And open those chests. Sometimes legendary awaits. Sometimes not. Yep, most certainly I managed. And as a matter of fact, with the same gear that I had from normal difficulty. I'm going to post link into chat. Okay. Basically, you need a level 100 character. You need to do all this stuff, like get one of your characters to level 100. And complete all of the difficulties with one character, and then you will be able to gain access to those difficulty merits that will allow your character to skip difficulties and gain skill points and stat points that you would normally get by completing some of the quests on that difficulty. But yeah, you need to complete with one of your characters. You need to do it like a legit way from start to finish. And thank you for the following. I really appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I also want to show you that this isn't the only thing that you want to look for when it comes to what you can buy with level 100 character for your other characters. Quite important stuff to also buy would be those potions of clarity. It's going to be a 100% boost to experience. And another thing, see those mandates? All of those mandates for all of the factions. Basically, with one of your characters, you need to gain reputation to revere status with all of the factions. Gain that, and you will gain access to those mandates. Buy as much as you need for all of those factions that you can gain revered status with, and put them into your chest. And whenever you will go, not chest, into your chest, basically into storage. And whenever you're going to create a new character, and you're gonna start your playthrough with a new character, use them all, and you'll gain increased reputation gain by 150%.
Put it to good use.
On hardcore especially, try to if you manage not to die, try to get those, because on hardcore you will need them even more than on softcore. Those are primarily like things that you would want to have for your future characters that you want to create. Because they speed up your progress significantly.
Can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
I wonder, will I be able to actually find some good items to change until I will going to reach level 90. Level 90, level 94. I would want to use some, but they are not that mandatory, judging by how things are going. Yeah, they just decimated those elites even without primal spirits. Nice. I'm gonna go to the left first, because to the right it should bring me to next area. When it comes to going here, there is just a couple of monsters here, that's it. Or maybe I am wrong. Well, let's see. It also leads somewhere. Well, yeah, it does. Well, we are going to explore everything. Have to kill those monsters that are fighting each other, because if I don't, I'm going to lose free experience. Because when enemies are killing each other and you do not land a final blow, you will not going to get experience because of that. Okay, nothing here, so let's go this way.
I can't do that yet.
Not the most efficient way to summon primal spirit, because it literally didn't kill anyone. I didn't quite pay it too much attention, but I guess your pets are not being inflicted by minus resistant reduction, which is very good. Minus resistant reduction when you transition from one difficulty into another one. Your character receives minus 25 resist reduction to all of your resistances when you transition to Elite, and then another minus 50 when you transition to Ultimate.
I can't do that yet.
I guess pets do not receive that because it's quite hard to get resistances for your pets in the first place.
That skill's not ready.
And cutting like minus 75% for them would be death sentence. Okay, against those bandits, because of the fact that my Pierce resist is 43%, I have to play it like this. I have to put my pets in front of me. Because when those guys will going to shoot, or later on throw daggers, they are going to hit quite hard.
That skill's not ready.
And we do not want to tank that. We need to sell some stuff here. Too much items. Stuff that I will be searching for my gear. Oh. I'm going to change that as well. But basically, on the previous stream, and on the stream before, I was speaking about five things that for this particular build that you want to look for when it comes to your pets. I mean bonuses to them. Their primary damage type, which is in this case bleeding and vitality, and all damage can also work for pets. Attack speed is very important. What also is going to be important there? Resistances, of course. Health is another very important thing, because for the most part our pets need as much health as possible. It's just going to give them quite a significant boost to their survivability. And then we of course need to be searching for gear that is going to also boost our own stats. Because even though you are going to be playing as a summoner, not always and not every enemy will going to always sit on your pets. They will going to run at you. They will going to ignore your pets. Some of them do. Sometimes enemies will have a possibility to just de-aggro from your pets and start running at you. Sometimes you'll also going to hit by an area of effect stuff, which can also hit you quite hard. So we have to worry not only about pets, but also about ourselves as well. Okay, since we've completed quest there, we are going to take path to the right, clear everything there, then in the center, then to the left side. Yeah, unfortunately I will be frozen quite a lot, because this has direct influence on how often you are going to get stunned, frozen, or anything like that. Basically, crowd control effects that can hit your main character, such as stun, such as freeze.
That skill's not ready.
And as you can see, primarily gameplay, once again, like, we've added final spell in here. Well, final right now, we are still going to have another buff from an item that we're going to equip later on. But for the most part, number of skills and how we use them doesn't change. Well, not the number, but rotation of skills. Approach a fight, place healing totem, apply your Curse of Frailty, Devouring Swarm, and right now we are also throwing in there Eye of Dreeg for buff to our pets. And that's just about it. Like, make sure to keep your Blood of Dreeg up as much as possible, because this is your most powerful source of defense and offense when it comes to buffs. And when it comes to defense, it gives currently plus 85, not 85, plus 100% resistances to poison acid. For you and your pets. Okay, we do not have Primal Spirit, and we are being hit by a whole bunch of stuff. Not hit by distracted. And pets are running around trying to fight against everyone. Doing not that poor job at it, I'd say, but at the same time, whenever you see elite, I guess, like, most efficient way would be to simply order all of your pets to attack this target. Okay. Quest to find a hidden stash. That hidden stash is in the previous area in the upper left corner of the map. I want to go this way first. I heard that there are a lot of enemies fighting. And there is another target that we need to kill for the quest. Yep. I'm going to aggro him while my cat is still up. I refer to Primal Spirit as a cat. To not utilize a very long way of calling this pet, like Primal Spirit or something like that. Just a cat. Cat with some crazy attack speed and power.
I can't do that yet.
Technically the strongest pet you're going to see in this game,
That skill's not
but temporary, like it lasts for 20 seconds and then you have to wait for a cooldown.
I can't do that yet. I can't do that yet.
Yeah, we'll gain those levels in no time. We will get to level 95, 94 super fast. It's not that hard to do. You also have to understand the fact that on ultimate difficulty, level of your enemies scale with your level. So no matter like what kind of location you are going to go to, the enemy's level will go up as well. Hold up a second, I can stack it? I didn't know you can actually stack this thing. Either it was some kind of a game bug or you can actually stack that buff. Interesting. I didn't know that thing was possible. I want them to kill those Yeti creatures. It's kind of hard to keep them at bay when it comes to aggro. Look at how many elites, yet still health of our pets doesn't go down at all. And yeah, starting from this point on, there will be plenty of legendaries to collect. I guess by the end of Act 2, or even earlier than that, we will reach level that we need. And then it's just about changing items to up-to-date one, and things will going to become much easier. But it's really surprising to me that this conjurer can actually feel himself comfortable on ultimate difficulty, even with gear that you collect on normal. And it's not the best gear stat-wise. It's mostly like faction gear as well as items that I just collect from killing enemies. Really strong, I guess. Well, works for me.
Skill's not ready.
Starting from level 90, we're going to get like 1 skill point per level. I guess it's like that, if I am not mistaken. Okay. We should put more points into this thing, yes, to make it 16 out of 16. So that we reach cap on that skill. We are going to change our skill point distribution later on, when we're going to get to level 100, I guess, so that it would become more natural, I should say. Because currently we are leveling, putting as much points as we want towards the stuff that we feel that we need. We are not that severely tied to exact amount of points that should be placed into one skill or another skill. No, we are not. We are not that dependent on this aspect. Nice. Saved another merchant. Yeah, it stacks. It feels like either it stacks or I'm proccing two different things that have the same icon.
That skill's not ready.
If it stacks, it's ridiculous because that buff is very powerful. No, it's different. Two different things. Two different things, and you know what it is? It's this thing and this thing. They both have the same icon, they just have different names. This is why I was confused. Okay. I get it. I need to run around because I'm being hit too much.
That skill's not ready.
You see, I am not doing any kind of damage to this guy yet. He just ignores all 5 of my pets and goes after me. This is what I was saying, that like aggro, you have to kind of understand that sometimes enemies will just going to straight up ignore you and go after you regardless of what your pets are going to do. Even if they are going to just melt that target, they will going to still go after you. And it's kind of threatening because of the fact that they are hitting hard. They might not do as much to me, but they're like, not to me, to my pets, but at the same time, to me, they're very aggressive. From what I understood, this build's strong point is single targets. Because for area of effect, my guess is Necromancer is still better, because he has just more options to hit his enemies. And technically, yes, technically summoners, they are quite good when it comes to fighting not huge pack of enemies, but rather just like single bosses or something like that. Because then they can all focus just on one target, not being distracted by anything.
I can't do that yet.
They can just apply all their pressure into one enemy.
That skill's not ready.
This thing that's... I know what you mean, it's circling blades, and it comes from this thing. Yes, I guess either from this thing. Yeah, I guess it's from this thing. Or actually, no. No. This thing, yes. Yes. It's a skill from one of devotions that I'm using. It looks exactly like Nightblade's circling blades or something like that skill. And yes, some bosses do have same stuff, like same looking ability.
That skill's not ready.
My thing is giving me, let's see, it will going to slower their enemy like attacks. It's mostly about doing damage and slowing targets. Would have been nice if we had the same like thing that cuts resistances, but mine is mostly about slowing their attacks and providing a good, being a good source of area of effect damage. Because technically, before we had this stuff on our pets, I was speaking that I had problems with area of effect stuff. I mean, area of effect was present there, but it wasn't that consistent, and it was small when it comes to radius. Now it's better.
That skill's not
Things are starting to look good for this particular build. Some builds actually exceed when it comes to the more you put into them, the stronger they become, and they can be like a little bit weak when it comes to while leveling, but then they become stronger. Other builds are just being strong from the beginning and up to late game, and in the late game as well.
That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
Oh, standing on one place. Minus 60% health, like, in 1 second or so.
That skill's not ready.
It is expected though, because when you transition between difficulties and actually for what purpose elite difficulty serves for. On elite difficulty, you have to collect remaining devotion points. That's absolutely must. On ultimate difficulty, you also have to make sure that you are going to try and to stabilize your resistances that way, so that they would become something like 70%, 80% or above. Because of how, I mean, 70-80% above when you actually going to go into ultimate difficulty, because remember, your resistances are being cut 25% when transition to elite, and then transitioning to ultimate, another minus 50 hits you. So This is one of the most like things that you just absolutely have to work on. But because I've decided to be reckless and to just dive into this difficulty with the same gear that I had when I was completing normal difficulty, if I die, I will know why I died. It's not going to be something unexpected. Okay, there's a priest there. Of course he healed him. Quite a tanky adversary. But oh well, he goes down.
My inventory is full.
And my inventory is full. Great.
That skill's not ready. My inventory is full.
So I'm seeing right now that my pets are tanky, their health barely goes down, but problem is there is a dip in their offense.
Come see what's left of my wares.
We will fix it. We will fix it. Later on, we will going to fix it by changing items and components. Nice thing. I guess what I will do, since I already have like 2 items, I'm going to clear stuff up until I reach portal. Then I'm going to change some of the gear pieces that I've acquired. However, I can just wait till I level up. Well, we'll see. We will see. Wait a second. There is a amulet. Elemental damage. No, thank you.
See you around.
The most important thing on hardcore, yeah, the build can be lazy, but the most important so that it's
Put it to good use.
so that you would be safe when you are playing, and that's one of the important things to consider. It can be a bit slow, it can be a bit lazy, but at the same time, if it allows you to progress more and more, and you are feeling comfortable with it, and it works for you, it's great. Because with hardcore you have to be like extra cautious if you are picking a build that is all about doing damage at the same time being very squishy.
That skill's not ready.
And a good thing about Soldier is that you also have a good way to increase your stun resistance as well as crowd control resistance thing. And you have a good way to utilize those damage absorption abilities. There are so many good things that you can actually like do with different classes. I myself have never tried to play with the mage subclass in this game. It has some very interesting abilities that I wanted to try out, but oh well, there is always a chance to, like, an option to create another character once I'm going to finish with this one.
Can't do that yet.
Because when I am playing this game, I'm trying to find like something that I never tried to play with, and trying to figure out how it looks like, how it works. And so far so good, like it's already my second character that I managed to get towards ultimate difficulty, and I will be doing my best to also like, complete most of the main quest, not main quest, but
hello, travel.
endgame dungeons. Going as far as possible in there, just like I did with the Purifier.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, I have to be a bit cautious in this area because cultist means chaos damage as well here, so it's going to be a bit troublesome. Because we collected the key before, now the key that I'm talking about is a key to the cellar, strange key. There are ways to get it, either from Iurii. By not killing him, he will going to give you a key to this cellar, or by having a chance for those cultists to drop you this key. On both normal difficulty and ultimate difficulty, I was lucky and they dropped me this key, which means that we can do it like straight away. without going back into here later on in when we get it from an NPC.
I can't do that yet.
The reason I'm running around like this, and yeah, as you can see, because we are lacking chaos resistance, I'm going to also like check my pet's resistances right now. Basically, yeah, the reason why we are getting hit in here by those enemies, our pets and we as well, our pets because vitality and chaos resistance is 20%, which is fairly low, and we because we have 60% chaos resistance and our armor rating is not that high.
That skill's not ready.
Great, the game crashed. Oh boy, what the... Well, that's a first time. Game crashed. Really? Yeah, it can happen, but for the most part, with this kind of crash, it's first time. Well, it's not that bad. Cellar is still going to be opened, so it's not that bad. See, locations in this game are not that big as they seem like. It's not like something like Path of Exile, where you can literally spend quite a huge amount of time just to get past one location. Here they might look big, but at the same time they are not that big. And anyway, it's still a good thing for us because we will gain additional experience. Additional experience and Catonian seals, which later on will be used for crafting stuff.
That skill's not ready.
But yeah, as I was explaining about reason why when I approach a fight and I throw my skills in there, I put totems, totem and stuff. The reason why I run around is that it's harder to hit moving targets, and it's easier for me to just maneuver around, so that even if enemies are going to aggro on me, and they will have to first like catch me. It's especially useful when your resistances or other stats are not as high and you are playing some form of a caster character or summoner. Because this way you can actually pass some challenging moments.
Can't do that yet.
I'm gonna kill the Harbinger first and then focus on this guy. I'm gonna have to re-summon some of those bats, but it's okay. Normally, to not lose those pets, what I would have done is basically all this boss is about is, and what's threatening about him on ultimate difficulty is the seal that he places, that purple thing. It does a good amount of damage, and it also applies some form of a debuff on you, so you just have to like either tank it out or move around. Either way works. And yes, legendaries on this difficulty will drop quite often.
That skill's not ready.
There's still going to be a problem of finding items that you need for your character. Especially if your character revolves around, like, the builds. We're going to have a whole bunch of worlds drops. Items that can drop pretty much anywhere and from any enemy, from any kind of chest or something like that. But even with those items, there is still a chance for you to visit some form of a Discord community or Facebook community where people might be like buying, selling items. Usually they sell even like even legendaries. They can sell them to you pretty cheap for resources, crafting materials, or you can ask them to craft stuff for you if they have the recipe that you need. Either way goes. Alright, time to save ourselves a blacksmith to gain access to crafting.
Move along now, stranger. That skill's not ready.
Because for level 90 we will have to craft relic, which is going to be like final relic for that we will going to use pretty much for the rest of the game. Okay. Reason why I'm placing totem in there, that healing totem, for the most part I'm doing it for several things. One is healing, which is a percent-based healing, and another one is damage conversion to health. I don't really use it for offense purposes. Like, for example, if you play a conjurer that utilizes Grasping Vines, Lightning Totem with Corrupted Storm, and Sigil of Consumption, and other kind of stuff, like the one that runs around without pets. There, of course, you will be leveling up that totem, you will be acquiring way more benefits from its offensive part and defensive part as well. Another level means we put some points. We put some points into I think I want to do it like this. I need to increase my own health. My health pool is fairly low for a Conjurer class. Technically, Conjurer has a lot of HP just because of that thing alone. It's a good like boost to health pool. Have to be extra cautious about that ether ground and stuff like that. Should we go here? I mean we can. But do we need to now? We don't really need to. Alright. Because we will going to come back here once we're going to have like final quest for the Hidden Path quest line. We will visit this place again. So to not do it like do this work twice, I guess it's better for us to just leave it like that and return here later on.
Skill's not ready.
Here is the stuff that I was talking about. So with this thing you can go to Iurii and you'll have two options. Either kill him, but you're not going to receive a key, or to spare him, he will give you the key. Later on, he will going to... you're still gonna have to fight him later on, and he is going to become like deformed, ethereal, or something like that. Realistically speaking, I don't have to spare him right now, because I've already cleared that cellar. I already got the key from just killing enemies, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll let them kill the enemies by themselves. The reason why I want to do that is because of those healers. If you don't kill the healers, all healers in this game are healing in percent base value, which means that if a target is beefy or not, it doesn't matter, values are going to be still the same, still the exact percent of health is going to be restored, and when you are having to face elites, it's kinda problematic, because they can heal them up to full HP in like one press of a button. I'm not gonna trigger this thing yet. Let the spirits recharge from its cooldown. And now we're going to do this. The reason why I want to approach fights against elites as much prepared as I possibly can be. I'm seeing a whole bunch of enemies. And one of them is stuck. Okay, he's stuck there. Oh. Thankfully, we are still capable of hitting him even from that place.
Not ready.
I guess during today's stream we will going to get ourselves like past Act 1 and into first half of Act 2. I like to split this whole main campaign into acts. Okay, guys, can you go and attack those enemies instead? All that time I was hitting not the stuff that I needed. Okay. Hopefully I'm going to have enough resources for crafting, because I will have to craft a whole bunch of stuff once I'll get to level 84. Basically, you can view level 84. On level 84, all of the items that you can wear that have like level restrictions for wearing them, on that level you can wear anything in the game, like every single item that you can get, you can wear.
I can't do that yet.
But the reason I spoke about crafting, even though I have stuff in there to increase stun resistances in general on items for some classes who cannot naturally gain that stun resist,
That skill's not ready.
and reduction of crowd control effects. Basically, you have to craft items in the first DLC in Steel Cap District. You're going to have a camp here, and there you will going to have a blacksmith, whom, when he crafts stuff, as a bonus for crafting from that particular blacksmith, you will gain additional percent bonus to your stun resist, as well as reduction to freezing effects. So that's very useful, depending if you really need that kind of stuff to begin with.
I can't do that yet.
And actually, if you want to know like what every single blacksmith can do when it comes to what bonuses those blacksmiths will going to provide you with,
I can't do that yet.
I'm going to do it like this. Blacksmith. Yeah, I guess this is... Yeah, this is it. I'll just pause this in here for convenience. It basically shows you where every single blacksmith is, what are they capable of providing you with, like what kind of bonuses they will going to give you. It's fairly important because some builds, they cannot naturally just by gearing up and doing all that stuff. You're going to face an issue where something is going to be like way below average, and you need to somehow fix the issue, and it mostly comes to like that stun and freeze resist. For the most part, those two are the biggest problem for builds who are not utilizing a soldier as one of those classes. Because if I am not mistaken, soldier gives you a good amount of resistances towards stun effects from one of his passive abilities. It's either soldier or Oathkeeper, one of those two. Okay, my inventory is full, which means we go and sell stuff. When it comes to offhand, for the most part right now I will not going to replace this stuff, and I'll try to find an upgraded version stat-wise of this item. Because for my purposes, my purpose is to make sure that my Primal Spirit has as short downtime as possible, which means that has initial cooldown of this skill was like 30 something seconds. I managed to right now get it to 28. Pet leaves for 20 seconds, and what I want to do, I want to lower it to the fact that it will respawn after like 4 seconds, like 4 or 5 seconds. Because you have to also understand that Primal Spirit is one of the core decimating machine in this build. It is a very important pet to use, and this is why we want to have that item. Plus, this item gives plus 30% attack speed to this pet who already attacks like a truck and has high base attack speed on its own. Okay. I will already start to put some legendaries into inventory, and then not into inventory but in the stash, so that I will then be able to check them and see what stuff I want, what I don't really want. And when it comes to legendaries, you can either sell them, keep them, or you can simply use dynamite and either here with near Kasparov, his there will be another NPC who is going to be able to basically the same NPC that you use for the purpose of putting components, removing components and stuff. There is an option for you to destroy legendary items in order to get some valuable things, such as components, such as stuff for crafting and other valuable goods as well.
What do you want?
What's with
Almost level up. Nice. We are getting to that level 94 pretty quickly. I will going to spend some iron to expand my character's stash limits and use it in order to store some items in there. For the most part, you might be thinking that all of that thing is actually a huge amount of space, but for those of you who are just like starting, don't get fooled by that, because that amount of space will going to fill up very fast. Once you're going to start farming, once you're going to start doing some hunting and farming in SRs, as well as in Crucible Gladiator dungeons, you're going to see that all of that space is not that... it's not that big. It feels very fast. Well, for me it feels very fast because I'm the kind of person who doesn't know what to do with all of the legendaries.
I can't do that yet.
Because I'm still not like very familiar with every single build in the game, what item is good, what item is not that good. For the most part, I'm trying to keep those legendaries for future like builds, for future characters. They might use it and they might not use it. That just depends with what kind of build I'm going to go with. Okay, gaining another level, and this thing is also... Actually, this thing is good. You know why? Because we are lacking on Pierce and Ether Resist. Oh, nice. This way I can... Nice. This way I can increase my Ether Pierce Resist.
I can't do that yet.
And not worry too much about being too short on resistances. And yeah, quick reminder about those monster totems. No matter like what kind of difficulty you'll be playing, no matter where you are in the campaign, except for DLCs. Because in DLCs, monster totems will going to spawn pretty much just enemies from that particular DLC. But for the most part, be prepared to face monsters from various different acts. Even if you are in Act 1, you're going to face stuff from DLCs, from Acts like 4, Act 3, from much later in the game. And some enemies may not be that tough to deal with. Others are definitely going to be, especially if you're going to face against some ethereal abominations, other kind of stuff. Enemies that appear much later in the game from Port Valbury, those big ethereal enemies. So it's just very important to be as prepared as you possibly can be. And this is why when it comes to approaching those monster totems, I'm trying to wait for my cooldowns. My main cooldown should be up. This way I will going to help myself a lot.
That skill's not ready.
And I actually kinda, when it comes to skills, I kinda forget to say that another reason why Conjurer or Shaman in general is tanky. When we look at all of three of those things from tankiness perspective, we have health regeneration and energy regeneration. From this thing we have like energy reserve is different. It's about this thing, like all auras have this thing that they consume specific amount of energy to become active all the time, to be active all the time. But basically you have percent health, again increased health regeneration by 9%, which is good. Reduction of poison bleeding duration, nice. And this thing, armor, pierce, ether resist, and retaliation damage. But for the most part, like armor, pierce, and ether resist, fairly strong when it comes to defense. And some free, basically resistances for free. I like to call them that. And because we also running occultist, we getting 100% poison resistances just by keeping Blood of Drake up all the time. Very useful. Yes, we are on this stream, we are already on the ultimate difficulty. We are doing things quite well, which is surprising to me. Surprising mainly because of the fact that I really didn't expect that by changing none of the items that I was using, that I've collected on the normal difficulty, and transition with the same items into the ultimate difficulty, my performance didn't decrease. Like, I'm still feeling that this character is strong. I am paying extra attention towards playing as safe as possible, primarily because of the fact that, like, my resistances are not as good as I would want them to be, but at the same time, they are not that bad either. By far, I should say that by far, like, we are already more than halfway through the first act on this difficulty, and things are fairly decent. Like, going relatively fast through the content, as well as facing not that much troublesome situation at all. But just as I said, I am trying to play it as safe and as careful as I possibly can. Because I know what weaknesses I have right now. Lack of armor, not all resistances are maxed out, 0% stun resistance, as well as freeze resist.
I can't do that.
So those things are quite low, but that's expected, because they never were that high to begin with. I had the same, like, 0 stun resist when I was clearing first difficulty as well. When it comes to clear speed, defense and attack, are they better than Purifier? I'd say yes, because on Purifier I had way better gear than the stuff that I'm currently having on this character. But at the same time, I'd say that they are like both are kinda squishy at that particular point. But I'm having an advantage because A, I'm not tied to staying on one place. B, I can protect myself by debuffing enemies' movement speed, their attacks, and everything like that. And C, I'm having also a bunch of pets to help me up, to back me up in even in those like desperate situations where I'm being attacked by different things at the same time. Attack-wise, yes, I think I am exceeding my Purifier. I'm going to recheck my Purifier parts of the playthrough when I just started Ultimate with him, but I guess I am exceeding him a bit. Okay, let's not try to face tank this enemy by ourselves. New devotions are amazing. Primarily Oleron Rage. You hear and see those spinning blades that are coming from my around my Briar Torrent. That's basically what Oleron Rage proc ability looks like.
That skill's not
I was kind of desperately in need of more consistent proccing area effect stuff. And fortunately enough, I now have access to this skill, and it's going to be even more better when we hit level 94 and we will be able to equip legendary set that gives us that is going to give us another, like a chance to summon 2 Briar Torrents at the same time, not one. And they will both going to be proccing this, and it's going to be like very powerful. So yeah, I was definitely correct. Like, this build starts not as strong. This build is like at the beginning, just as you start, not that strong. Then it gets powerful. Then it loses its potential a bit because of lack of the AoE and being forced to level up devotions that not level up, but unlocking devotions that are mostly to give you access towards more powerful devotions.
That skill's not ready.
and lack of AoE, and because of the what other stuff there was, lack of AoE and yeah, and gearing. Then it starts to get stronger, and now it just goes like up, up, up. And by the time I will going to change my gear towards the gear that I want, it will going to unleash its full potential. About Huntress, well, technically yes, you're right about minus resistance reduction, but it's also minus to offensive ability and area effects, bleeding damage per second. So it's another form of AoE. I'm finally starting to feel like more power behind this. Already not as weak of a character as someone might think. And no, when it comes to the fact that we've added another button to our whole rotation, what I should say is that this whole stuff, this whole bar, is not that tough to manage. Just by giving yourself enough time and practice to get this whole stuff into your muscle memory and to get accustomed to what everything does, believe me, you're not going to be thinking that this is difficult to control, because it really isn't. It may seem like it, but it's complete misconception. And just for curiosity's sake, when I will going to... With this character, I already see that another misconception was that summoners are having a tough time when it comes to getting past, like getting into ultimate difficulty. To even further prove this misconception, I will going to, like, one day I will going to make a Necromancer Summoner. Just for the sake of disproving it. Because I do not know, like...
I can't do that yet.
If... This is not the indication of the fact that... Like, if all that gear is... Nothing of this was crafted except Relic, and you genuinely are crafting Relic. But none of those are craftable things. Things are bought from... Like this. Like, those items are bought from the faction vendors. This stuff, you can easily farm it in the first DLC from those Wendigo spirits. All of that stuff is just random drops that I managed to collect, and they aren't, like, the best. Here's the idea. And yet this... With those items, I'm managing to do this well into ultimate difficulty. Like...
Let's skill's not
I see
ready.
that resistances are very important for pets. I see that because when we have, you probably didn't saw it, but when we had faced those demons, because we were short on chaos and vitality resistance on our pets were losing. I saw that they were losing health, but for the most part, we are okay. Like, we will fix our issue with Ether resist and Pierce resist. Which, by the way, how does our Pierce resist look for our pets? I just want to see. Yeah, we'll add a little bit of that Pierce resist by leveling this thing. This thing for Pierce Ether resist. This thing will going to boost our health and our pets' health quite significantly. So you can kind of see where I'm going with all of that, like all of that stuff that I'm saying. Oh yes, we still have a long way to go when it comes to how things can turn out, but I don't think that they will be different difficulty-wise. Okay.
I can't do that.
I should make sure that I am not going to put myself in between way too many enemies. Because if I do that, I'm going to cut my retreat options by being stuck in between all of that amount of enemies. Plus, I'm not that tanky to withstand too many attacks. Okay. What's our nemesis stats, by the way? Beasts, nemesis almost. Oof. Really? God damn it. Even on this character, we're not going to meet any kind of nemesis outside of nemesis bosses outside of Culpacabra, which is going to spawn in the... This nemesis boss spawns in first DLC anyway, so for the most part, yeah. I guess it's pretty much a norm when you are skipping elite difficulty. You don't have the chance to get this anti-reputation, I should say, with those enemy factions, such as Ethereal, Sctonians, and other stuff.
Do that yet.
You just don't have, like, you don't have enough killed enemies to make it happen. But worry not, you will going to face plenty of them when you're going to get to SRs or something like that, or even Crucible Gladiator. You will going to see plenty of those bosses. Where are my pets and why are they attacking like everyone and no one at the same time? It feels odd sometimes when they are doing that. They're just running, chasing every single enemy, but doing that in a way that everyone fights one enemy at a time. Which is definitely not the best case scenario.
Skills not ready.
Okay. We're gonna go into the secret location. That's under the bridge. I don't know how to save this guy. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Don't really know if you can, actually. Oh, I cornered myself. I'm such a fool. Wow. Talk about... Yeah. I died there just because I cornered myself. My own actions have killed me. It's not because it was a tough fight, but because I was dumb. Unbelievable. This is the second time throughout this whole, like, Conjurer playthrough series that I actually being killed because of my own mistakes. Oh well. I guess it happens. Oh no, that's a good stuff. All damage. Yeah, and I was dumb enough to go into building where technically I didn't need to be. And ethereal, like, colossus were chasing me down. Ah, well. See, if not making mistakes... You're not going to die, but if you make mistakes, you will. Physical acid damage. Yeah. Yeah, and about priority, of course, didn't prioritize any targets whatsoever. I was too busy cornering myself into that house than doing stuff properly. Hell, defensive ability and pierce resist. No, don't want that. All damage. Oh, level 95. No. I was thinking it was for my level, but nope. It's all good. Stuff like this happens. Most important is what kind of lesson will you be able to learn from it. dying in this game is a part of the learning curve. And I mean, it's two deaths in...
I'll keep an eye out.
in quite a long time. The first death happened with this character at the beginning. Not at the beginning, what am I even talking about? The first death happened on normal difficulty in that room in the DLC, and another one happened right now. I will be in a better position right now, which means I will gonna be able to kite them more efficiently this time around.
I can't do that yet.
And those are the Ethereal Colossus. See, first thing first that they do, they are going straight after me. They are not trying to focus. I'm going to focus not elites, but Ethereal Colossus. The reason why, like, those elites are slow, and Ethereal Colossus are not, like, weak when it comes to their offense potential. This is why I'm going to prioritize them as my first to kill target.
That skill's not ready.
By going here, you can go under the bridge, all the way here for the secret location.
Do that.
I see 44,000 crits, I've seen more. I see even 55, nice. That's with green items, that's not even with stuff that I am planning to wear. Once again, I am cornering myself because I'm just running aimlessly. Carelessly, aimlessly. Quite a bunch of those exploding skeletons. This is why I'm trying to stay away from them as much as possible, and also running around so that they cannot bombard me with projectiles. Of course, I'm being stuck in enemies. No. As you can see, like, if I were going to just stand in there, that's a no-go. The enemies are fairly damaging. Man, I gotta love this Curse of Reality thing. It never disappoints me.
I can't do that yet.
Am I missing something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strange. Sometimes I have like 9,000 health, and sometimes it goes below that.
Can't do that yet.
Pretty weird. Where did my health go? I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the auras are working.
I can't do that yet.
Oh, yeah, that was a debuff. Okay, it was a debuff that you get from entering those danger areas. Because I have like, here I have 9,800, almost 10,000 health. Alright.
That skill's not ready.
Now it's time to go pretty much straight for the Warden Creek cellar. So I missed this place.
Skill's not ready.
Is there something more there? No, there isn't.
I can't do that yet.
So we don't have to worry that we missed something. Okay, hopefully no more deaths. Let's play it smart. Yeah, play it smart, and then instead of allowing my pets to just kill them, I'm going in there for some reason. Definitely smart. Definitely.
I can't do that yet. do that yet.
So, slowly but surely leveling up. I don't know if by the end of this stream we're going to finish at level 94. I hope that we will, because then I will be able to change my gear like off stream and not to spend too much time on stream doing so, because I will be changing not only gears, not only gear pieces, but I will have to change like components and everything else as well. And this will going to require some running back and forth between different places, different faction traders, and all that kind of stuff.
I can't do that yet.
Of course, every time when I'm making some kind of change when it comes to how the build looks like on YouTube, when I am placing those videos with walkthroughs, in description I am always changing the link to my current state of the build that I'm using. So it's always different.
I can't do that yet.
For people to follow up on the recent changes to the build that I've done.
Skill's not ready.
Devotion skills are slowly but surely leveling up, which is very good.
Skill's not ready.
I can't even see them. Again, Colossus. Kill the Colossus first. See what's the problem when there is that much enemies, what I'm seeing. And technically it's how it is. Can they stop ramming into me, please? Need to back off a bit. What's the problem basically when there is way too many enemies in there? No, this is impossible, man. They're refusing to get aggroed on them.
That skill's not ready.
What's happening? See, I have to run away, but every time I run away, they are going to use their charge attacks on me, and that's what makes it harder to deal with them. What I was saying about aggro and not aggro and attacking enemies, like here you saw a huge wave spawned. Even if I, in that situation, press pet attack command, because pets cannot reach that target due to the fact that there are a lot of enemies nearby, even if you issue an attack order, it will not going to help at all. Like, they will try to reach the target, and because they can't, they will stop and attack whomever is close to them. This is the issue that I'm currently seeing, and by the way, starting from now, we receive only 1 point,
Skill's not ready.
1 skill point. But yes, if there is a big enemy group, Pet Attack Command will not going to do its job properly. Which is relatively unfortunate. I want them to be able to attack targets as efficiently as possible. But it's not really that possible.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, this area I don't really care about it. So let's just move on. There are a couple of enemies there, but for the most part, we can skip it.
Can't do that yet.
And yeah, another reason why ethereal classes, those ethereal classes manage to so consistently use charge into me, because I have to run away from them. Here is the idea, because I have to run away from them. This de-aggroes those colossuses from my pets. So for a successful attempt, what has to be done? I have to somehow tank them up for a bit, so that they would aggro on my pets and not on me. Which means I have to have enough resources to be able to stand up against their assault. They will go into aggro afterwards on my pets, and they will not going to run at me again. I'd say it's a dangerous tactic, but it's the only tactic that will going
That skill's not ready.
to work in that situation. Otherwise, they will just going to continuously charge attack me, like over and over again.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, where will we go? Will we go right or left? I wanna go to the right.
Can't do that yet.
All right.
That skill's
When it
not
comes to
ready.
skills, currently I will probably put just more points into here, just for that resistance and armor. I want it. It will help me to stay, me and my pets to manage their issue a little bit with lack of specific resistances. And more armor is never a bad thing.
I can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
Okay. And we are technically equalizing this, like this trinity of resistances. Unholy trinity. Stun resist is still bad, as expected.
That skill's not ready.
And I want to add more resistances for my pets. What are they lacking severely right now? Vitality, Chaos, and Pierce. Well, well. This is fixable mostly right now with items. Especially Chaos stuff.
Can't do that yet.
Offense-wise, we are sort of okay. And this is the reason why I'm going for those defensive boosts. Wanna make sure that I will going to grab everything that's will going to help me out from that defensive point. Nice. I took the big boy out of there.
I can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
Experience is slowly but surely rising, which is exactly what we need. Currently I can already utilize all of the faction gear. For faction gear, and if I'm not mistaken, for components and for the augments, level 90 is the needed threshold. On that level you can utilize the most powerful and the most well-used late-game components and powders and all that kind of stuff. So technically, yeah, technically we are just approaching place where we need to be. Nicely done, nicely done. Another one, and another one. All-around rage skill
That skill's not
helped me really good. That additional area of effects skill for my pet to use. It's like a holy mana or some kind.
That skill's not ready. I can't do that yet.
I guess we'll finish Act 1, and we will going to try and change some of the items. Although maybe not. Maybe we'll just push as hard as we can when it comes to like content-wise, progression-wise. This way we will
That skill's not
get closer towards where we need to be. Because if I'm going to change gear now, I will gonna have to change it again on level 94. And I don't really want to do that. If it works right now, let it work until I'll do like proper gear management, gear resources, as well as other stuff.
I can't do that yet.
We don't need to worry about it too much right now.
That skill's not ready.
Oh, and I also am starting to realize that most efficient way of running around like this is not to run way too far. Because of the fact that bats are starting to
Can't do that
stop
yet.
attacking. When you are running way too far. It leads to also de-aggroing situations. Though aggro is not based on how much damage you do if you played MMORPGs. Basically, aggro works the way that you attack, the more damage you do against enemies, or like as a healer, if you heal too much, you are capable of de-aggroing stuff. Here in Grim Dawn, aggro works differently. It isn't tied to how much damage you do. It isn't tied to like healing and stuff. It is tied to chance of being provoked by your pets. This is why you're going to get those situations where enemies are going to straight up ignore you and just go straight up ignore your pets and go after you. Some enemies will not even going to attack you. Not attack you, but some pets will not even going to care about being provoked at all.
Skill's not ready.
Alright. Now that we got that aspect out of the way, we can also discuss by
That skill's not ready.
the fact that what I am doing right now, it's not really possible with all of the classes, especially with those who are not a summoner type of character, because you will not gonna grab a stack of green items and that you get from normal difficulty and go with them on ultimate difficulty. It doesn't work like that with all of the classes that there are in this game. I technically didn't even know that it was possible with this class to begin with, due to how many people were saying that, oh, but Summoner on ultimate difficulty has severe problems with the fact that his pets are dying too much. I don't know. Maybe with Necromancer it is like that, but with this class it's complete opposite. I will going to die faster than my pets will.
I can't do that yet.
I guess it's some sort of a myth that more experienced players utilize to some kind of disencourage beginner players to play Summoner class.
That skill's not ready. I can't do that yet.
Resistances are fairly important on pets, as well as on your character. However, well, not however, you still have to maintain them at a reasonably high percent rate, as well as your health in general. Your health of your pets.
I can't do that yet. skill's not ready.
Also, I don't know if we will need to farm some specific weapon or something like that to craft level 90 relic.
My inventory is full.
Hopefully not.
See anything you like?
What is this? Okay, what does it give? Lightning. No need. I don't need that either. It might seem bizarre to sell those legendary items, but at the same time, like, play enough in this game and you're going to see that, like, why you can, like, simply sell those items. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I think I have it. Yeah. And I think I have a mythical version of it. Nah, but attack speed. But it doesn't matter. Alright, idea is, okay, we just get to level 84 and we grab ourselves our legendaries that are waiting for us.
Put it to good use.
Fine. I'm not gonna bother with just replacing stuff.
I'll keep an eye on this. I'll keep an eye on this.
It's gonna save me a lot of time and resources. Approaching Warden Krieg. Yes. Oh, I forgot that we now receive only 1 point. Okay then. And 1 point it is. We can't do anything about it, because we are approaching like a final stretch when it comes to leveling. Starting from level 90 and up to level 100, you gain only 1 skill point. Surprisingly enough, I am being hit by all kinds of ether disasters.
That skill's not ready.
Alright. Warden Krieg. I'm going to put a portal here just in case.
Ah, I've been expecting. When I'm done with you, I will crush your friends. Cross now. I will demonstrate my true power.
Of course he's going to go after me. Ah, whatever. He's easy. Okay. That does it for Act 1. Act 1 on Ultimate completed. Yay!
Come see what's left of my wares.
I already have this. Don't need that. This one can go away.
Iron well spent.
Is it fit? The Warden's defeat is a great fit. So you must... before...
Okay. Okie dokie.
That skill's not ready.
On to Act 2. Actually, I think I can give him the formula. Can I? Why can't I? I mean, I've collected it. For some reason, he just doesn't want to give me that quest.
That skill's not ready.
Must be some kind of a bug, or he's just in general not going to give this quest. Okay, here I have to be extra careful. Like, this is the place where there are a lot of shooters, there are a lot of annoying enemies. Due to the fact that they will going to hit me with pierce as well as physical.
That skill's not ready. I can't do that yet.
By the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm not. This Molotov cocktail that they are throwing, it cuts your offense and defense, right? I think it does.
I can't do that yet.
And against bandits, it will going to definitely help to just run around, hide behind your pets so that they will not going to hit you directly with projectiles. Okay, first we go here, right? I guess so. Of course there are 3 elites when... Alright, I get you. There are 4 elites when my Primal Spirit is gone.
That skill's not ready.
Start of Act 2 is not that hard either. And actually, like, to be completely honest, when I will going to equip those items I'm talking about, all that time, you're going to see that for the most part we'll just glide through the remaining parts of the campaign. It mostly due to the fact that those items that I will be equipping are for the end game, for 100 plus shards, as well as Tomb of Heretic on Ultimate and Crucible. This is why it's going to be easier.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, I went in different direction. Oh, come on. Feels like left mouse button is glitching a bit. This is why it moves like map. All sorts of direction.
I can't do that yet. That skill's not ready. Do that yet.
Alright, time to go here. Yeah, I wanted to throw Blood of Drake into a pack of skeletons, and instead I throw it into a pile of rocks. Well, happens. Oh, thank God I didn't actually started the fight against enemies from that shrine. I'll wait a bit for Cat to recharge and put a totem. Let's do this. Can you fight against like one enemy? I ordered them to attack one guy, they are attacking completely the other person. This feels so weird. Go and attack him. Finally. Stop summoning them! Oh man. No, they just keep coming. Are we done yet? Yes, finally. See, this is why I'm also speaking and saying that, like, this pet attack command is wonky at times. Because it's so precisely tied to distance that you are in. And as soon as you move a little bit away, you're boned, because they will go into de-aggro and start attacking whomever they want. Cannot hit him. Okay.
Can't do that yet.
I'm liking the looks of crits from this build. Very powerful. They're ranging from 13k up to 60k, something like that.
That skill's not ready. I can't do that yet. I can't do that yet.
Yay, more enemies. Wanna kill them in packs.
I can't do that yet.
I'm gonna wait for my cooldowns here. No reason to rush in without my most damaging pet. Time warp. Kill him, please, so that he'll not going to gonna resummon the crawl. I'm going to run around a little bit. Another cat. Yeah, I definitely need to... I'm gonna need to swap gear for more powerful one. I mean, offense is there, but it should be a bit faster. Okay, I think... Have I lost someone? I think I didn't. No, I didn't. Nice chunk of experience. Okay. Make sure to never stop chugging those XP potions.
Can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
For our next plan, our next stream, the plan is going to be kinda simple. Off stream to change gear to what I need. On stream to keep pushing until
That skill's not ready.
we are going to clear campaign, we are going to clear DLCs. Well, campaign and DLCs are long-term plan for future streams, because I definitely will not going to be able to do this in just one sitting.
Can't do that.
4-hour sessions are not enough for this kind of thing, but pushing for as much as possible. Okay, there are enemies who are throwing knives now, and they are... Against them,
I can't do that yet.
I should try to hide behind my pets, because those guys are shredding. They are doing a lot of offense.
That skill's not ready.
And they overall are very powerful.
can't do that yet.
Yeah, we'll manage to get ourselves level 94 on this stream. Yay!
I can't do that yet.
Absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what I want.
That skill's not ready.
Yes, if you want to access the build template that I am using, like the final goal of this build, or if you want to just take a more detailed look and see what this build like has when it comes to performance, what this build is capable of doing when it comes to different bosses, different dungeons, or if you want to see how devotions are being leveled up, exclamation mark build, exclamation mark devotion are two commands that you can write in chat, and they will going to chat will going to provide you with specific links that are going to show you those exact things that I've mentioned. Once again, I'm going to say I'm not the person who creates those builds. That's the second build coming from the same person from whom I took my purifier build, and genuinely speaking, I am trusting what I have already experienced. So this is why I've picked this guy as and his build as
Can't do that yet.
builds that I would want to use for this particular game.
Can't do that yet.
Okay. Pushing onwards to level 94. Pushing as hard as possible.
That skill's not ready.
Gonna blow up the barricades for one of the quests. And then going this way to kill more enemies.
Can't do that.
Whoa. How did I miss him? Steps of Torment will going to provide me with enough experience once we're actually going to get there.
We can't do that yet.
And not just with enough, but with sufficient amount. Yep.
Can't do that yet.
Technically it is, but as you can see against some elites, there is a dip in how fast we kill them. But I mean, that's clearly expected. Because what else can you expect from gear that hasn't been changed since we finished the main campaign and its DLC on normal difficulty? Wow. We are being frozen in place so much. Frozen and stunned.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
But technically, yeah, no like over-the-top fights, and still strong, still going. How did we manage to get this thing? Isn't this thing drops from first DLC? Ah, okay. Why did it drop here? I mean, it's a bit different, but why? Well, I'll leave it for now. Shocking. An item that I thought that drops only from first DLC actually drops in the main campaign as well. From just regular ghosts. Okay, so 2 items into the stash and
Well,
resources as well.
we have to hit them hard and fast.
Got some good stashed.
I'll put it here, okay? And this thing right here.
Come see what's left of what wears. See you around. can't do that yet.
So far into Act 2, not that many problems we are facing. Starting to lose a bit on offense, but at the same time
That skill's not ready.
I wasn't changing my gear at all. Partly because I want to show you the capabilities, partly because I know that I will going to change stuff for better gear, and I don't want to waste time right now on doing that. Anyway, as you can see, it works, and even if I would not have gone for like changing items to those legendaries that I want to change them to, still works. Like, let's be honest. Okay, tricks I cannot pass through enemies. Interesting. Tricks I cannot pass through enemies. So if the enemy is going to stand in its way and you will going to throw it, it will not going to like go like above their heads if you are aiming for someone in the back line. It will hit the front line. Kinda useful thing to know, although we are using it technically to just proc our devotion, and that's it.
Do that yet.
Of course I'm gonna be fighting Queen mostly without my cat. But fortunately she isn't aggroing on me and she doesn't do anything against my pets. Yeah, this build has some very tanky summons. Like, brutally tanky. They are very powerful and they are way too strong. Vengeful Raid. Let's go and craft this.
Scrap metal. Bring me back any blue.
By the way, important thing to know about, for those of you who haven't known, it's kinda a tip that is going to be helpful. You know that in this game you can also farm those recipes. So, idea that you have to understand about it. Those recipes that you farm from enemies, like for items and weapons, they do not repeat themselves. Those that repeat themselves are from the mostly from the how should I say it? From vendors or quests. So, idea is that you're never going to get like on the same account, not on the same character, on the same account. Like it shares between the stuff, like between characters as well. So for the most part, you should be like rest assured that from enemies you're not going to get like duplicates or something like that of the same recipe. Okay, I unfortunately have no dynamite, so for me to craft dynamite I would have to
Keep your weapons.
change difficulties and go and craft dynamite in another difficulty, because on this difficulty I have no access to blacksmith who can craft them. So we're going to have 36 spears and 25 ether on the next level. Didn't really like completely fix the issue, but it helped a bit. That's kind of bad, still. So, level 94. I guess we'll go just into town right now. We'll be finishing today's stream a bit earlier, because the idea is if I start go and start clear things up right now, I am going to go overtime, and I want to continue on clearing with proper gear. But so what have we managed to do on this stream? As I said, we have finished Act 1, we've started clearing Act 2, we've gained 10 levels, we've started level 84, we are now level 94, and we witnessed with our own two eyes that with this gear is from normal difficulty, self-found stuff, not farmed for anything, and some items were bought from faction vendors. With this gear, that is, once again, I'm gonna repeat it, never changed from normal difficulty, it works on ultimate difficulty as well, as a summoner. Who many people were saying that on Ultimate, as a summoner, you'll get wrecked if you don't have very good gear. I don't see it, and that's ridiculous, like, misconception of how you interpret things. So yeah, Meat was busted, I should say. Like, you can safely transition to Ultimate difficulty even without having up-to-date gear, like rings level 58, 50, 50, that's 70, it's like 70, 70, and all of that like from normal difficulty, so you can kind of see where I'm going with that. If you missed this part of the playthrough, or previous parts of the playthrough, or you want to check my playthrough series that I've done with Purifier, or you want to check beginner-friendly content for Grim Dawn that will going to cover topics like monster totems, Crucible Gladiator, as well as bosses' dangerous attacks and how you should avoid them, hidden path quest line, as well as learn more about what kind of resistances and what kind of components do you need for various different parts of the campaign on normal difficulty. Everything that was mentioned, as well as my build overview for my Dual Pistol Purifier that I used to do the first walkthrough series on stream for this game, all of that can be found on our YouTube channel, as well as many other playthroughs, many other videos, highlights, and various different stuff. So if you are interested in it, you can check it out and see it with your own two eyes. In Twitch tab section, you're going to also find links for our social media accounts, so that you are going to know how to receive directly information from us and to contact us directly. Another thing that you're also going to see there is the schedule for when I stream, when my brother streams, when what games are we streaming, when exact are we streaming, and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you want to support this channel, there is many ways for you to do so. One is to simply spread the word, let more people learn about what channel is this, what stuff are we doing here. Let them know that this place is also a place where you can ask beginner-friendly questions, and we will going to try to do our best to answer them, because we are kind of trying to specialize more in helping out beginner players, to let them know more about games that they play and about specific mechanics that they might be interested in and stuff like that. So spreading the word is one way. Bits, tips, cheers, donations, as well as subscriptions, Twitch Prime subscriptions, and Patreon donations. Everything is present. Everything comes with a reward. All of those money is a good donated. Is going to be a good way to motivate us to create more quality content for you in the future, as well as provide you with more and more stuff that you are interested in. All of those options are not mandatory. You can do them, you can skip them. It's on your own accord, on your own decision. I would like to say thank you all for today's stream, for today's participation. It was great chatting with you, helping you out with letting you know a bit more about some of the aspects of this game, and just showing you gameplay of this amazing class, which is called Conjurer, Summoner version of Conjurer. on vitality and bleed pets. More entertainment and more Grim Dawn content is going to be present in the future, as well as continuation of my ongoing walkthrough series for this game with this particular character. Next stream we are going to continue on with the second act with switched gear, improved gear, changed components, as well as crafted relic and many more things. Hopefully I will be seeing you all on the next stream, but for now, take care of yourselves, have a great weekend, and have fun with the games you play, have fun with the stuff you do, and stay healthy. Until next time.